What is up, guys? Zach is back bringing you another Pokemon X and Y Little Cup battle. This one against Jacob, a guy I met on Twitter from Hayden retweeting me, which I really appreciate it. So shout out to Hayden. I apologize for my brief absence. I was graduating college and moving to Utah, so now I'm here and settled and ready to continue on with my streaming slash uploads to YouTube. So thank you all for sticking with me. Without further ado, I will get into this match. Alright, so here's my first official Little Cup battle here, level 5. I'm not completely itemed as much as I would like to, but I lead with my Talo, which is actually a modest Talo, and go for a substitute thinking that he might try and status move me, some sort of status move, but I get a free substitute as he gets off Toxic Spike, so I go for the Focus Energy because this is in fact a modest Talo with Boom Burst. I'm not carrying the, I think it's Scope Lens for the really high crit chance, but I just Focus Energy just so I can have that extra crit chance. That does a good chunk of damage to him. I know it'll 2-hit KO for sure, so I don't know if he'll want to switch out or not. But he goes for the Psychic, just breaking my sub, and I go for another Boom Burst, taking him out. So one down on my list. And luckily for me, this little Talo is a beast, and I should probably be running this on all my little cup teams, but that's besides the point. I go for another Boom Burst, and it actually takes down. It would have killed, except for this Trico is Focus Sashed, obviously. And then he hits me with Crunch. I can't say I was expecting that, but suppose I don't think anybody's expecting Crunch off of Trico. But either way, he goes for Acrobatics, knowing that he just got the Unburden boost, and it's doubled in power because of the loss of his Focus Sash. I go for another Boom Burst, taking him out. I know I probably should have a flying move on this, but I have Roost, Focus Energy, Sub, and Boom Burst. It's kind of just specifically designed to Boom Burst for crits. But yeah, you see it's doing its job. It's taking out 3 pokes of his own. I'm pretty happy with its performance so far, so I'm not really worried about letting him die at this point. So I go for another Boom Burst, just waiting for my guy to die here. And it actually does 3, brings it down to 2 HP, maybe 1 HP, and it wasn't even a crit, so that's just the strength of this little Talo, modest, level 5 Talo, just a beast. So I send out my Carvana, named Mini Jaws, that I got from a good buddy of mine off the stream, knowing that I can just go for the Aqua Jet, get the free damage in, and also get the speed boost off. Unfortunately, he has 2 layers of Toxic Spikes, so Toxic is on me. However, I don't think Toxic is really worth it in Little Cup, mostly because, well, I guess technically it can be, but because your health is so low, it's really difficult to really generate the proper Toxic stalling damage. So, I take 1 damage, and then 2 damage, and then 4 damage, and so on. So it's not really that big of a deal to waste 2 turns to set up Toxic Spikes. Obviously I'm still faster here, so I go for the Crunch, and it does an absolute ton of damage for a resisted hit. That's 50% for a resisted hit. That's nuts. I definitely was expecting that to do a lot less, but it didn't. And here I know he's just going to Toxic Stall me, so I pretty much decide at this point, it's not really worth, but luckily for me, all of my guys have Berry Juice. I know I should probably get a Violite at some point, but I need to get more Violites. I only have 1, so that's a thing. I know he's going to just keep Toxic Stalling me, so I switch out, assuming he's probably going to go for the Protect, and I switch into my Insurance Policy, aka Geico, aka Trico. He goes for the Protect. It fails, obviously, because I switched out. And here I have, this is my mixed Trico. It has Leaf Storm and Acrobatics and stuff like that on it. I know I can't outspeed, but I know that I can take at least 1 bite and hopefully kill it off with Leaf Storm, but as you see, Bite has a tendency to flinch people, and unfortunately I flinched there, but luckily for me, my Berry Juice brings me to the point of good life, I suppose, and that Toxic only does 2 damage on the second turn, so I'm not really worried, luckily for me. Here, I know that he's probably going to get as much damage off on me as he can to try and kill me off with the Bite. Luckily for me, he doesn't have Crunch, because I think he probably would have killed me with a Crunch. He might have been able to sweep me with Crunch, but luckily he did not have it. Here he's just Toxic Stalling me out. He goes for Bite. I'm kind of just please do not flinch. And luckily for me, it doesn't flinch. I take out his Carvanha with Leaf Storm, and I'm kind of like okay with how my insurance policy did. He's unburdened, he's pretty quick, he's going to outspeed anything else that comes in, and I live with 1 HP, so that's nice. So I will get a free attack off, and I go for my Acrobatics, which is now double damaged, and of course I get a lucky critical hit there. Didn't matter too much because I did have a few more pokes in my back pocket. I still had the Krabby and the Eevee, as well as the Abra. So it was a 3-0 victory, but that very easily could have gone the other way if his Carvanha had Crunch, because it would have definitely killed my Abra in one shot. And who knows if he would have been able to Toxic Stall me at that point with Crunch. But either way, that was a good game. To Jacob, thank you so much for battling with me, sir, from Twitter. Really appreciate it. Yeah, that's the end of my video for now. Like, comment, subscribe, do your thing, and let me know what you think about the team. I'll switch it up in the future, and thanks for watching. Peace.